What's going on, everybody? We are back with a day 5 recap on the $100 to 10K challenge with Top Step. Um, so we'll do a little bit different format for this video, and you guys let me know if you like this version better. Had a had a little bit of a crazy morning getting my kid out the door for school. Unfortunately, my kid leaves my house right at open, so it's always a little bit chaotic during open until they get out the house. Then we had an ultrasound for my wife. We got our new our son who's going to be born sometime in July. So this was the big ultrasound where they get all the what do you call it, anatomy features and all that. So a little late heading to the charts. I was able to squeak out a few trades in here. 2 trades, both green, 2 for 2 today. Didn't get to record them live, but I'll go over here a recap of them, and we'll talk a little bit about the market open, what happened, and then again, you guys let me know in the comments if you like this format better than the actual full. It's not a stream, but capturing the entire trade session. There's a lot of I noticed there's a lot of lulls in between some of the talking points and whatnot, and it can get quite boring. Sometimes a 35-minute video for a single trade. So let me know if you like this format better. So we'll jump into it. NQ, definitely, flipping back to bullish here. It's looking like after yesterday, we got previous closing price was right around 767. Or where was that? Yeah, 767, 24,767. We really, all we did, we dipped right below it, held a pivot point, and then just remained above it the entire day. So if you look at the 30-minute chart, it's really like a cup and handle here. So closed the cup here overnight, and then just created a handle, and then we were off to the races. So I was definitely looking for some overall bullish price action. I've charted out the algorithms here, but I definitely was looking, just for a few quick sells. I just wasn't at the charts when it happened, but I was looking at this trade here early on. We'll zoom in here. Nice little mini head and shoulders, trying to support off of pink and then breaking down below. In that selling algorithm, that white selling algorithm here, would have been a great short right into open, but didn't take it. Then was looking at catching a bounce, but I was trying to get my son out the door, so I missed that trade. As we moved up, I started placing buy orders, limit buy orders as we started moving up, and we just barely started ticking. We didn't tick down enough into my limit buy orders, so I missed all those trades. And I missed that whole squeeze up, which historically isn't a good thing for me. Most of the time I got to walk away, right? When I miss a move, I get emotional about missing the move, and then I start trying to force trades. So today the goal was to slow down a little bit, wait for structure to form, wait for a higher probability setup. I'd say my first trade wasn't really the highest probability, but it still ended up working out. I didn't take profit on the way down, but I did move my stop to break even, and ended up closing for a plus 150. And then the next trade right after that is where I hit my $2,000 profit goal. So overall, a good day. I'm happy with my performance. Glad I was able to stay even keel without getting too emotional. After these candles, it was kind of hard to stay focused and not try and force a trade. But I ended up taking a trade way up here, and I'll explain a little bit my rationale. So as soon as we didn't really get a pullback, we got this little small one here off of I think that's the weekly pivot. A little tiny pullback there, but really didn't hardly saw the next candle after that one turn red, and it remained in this buying algorithm. So that wasn't a good short. Kept watching it move all the way up, sliced right through the pivot point, and then up until the monthly pivot point. And this is where I was surprised we didn't reject right off, but I was looking for a little bit of a pullback, especially down into this green algorithm I had charted here. So a lot of times when we have bearish structure, when we have liquidity building in these bearish channels, if we are going to break out of them, there's nothing saying we can't break out of those channels. If we do break out of them, we really do like to see a pullback and use those bearish channels as support. So yeah, those bearish liquidity channels, reminder, they are bullish channels, right? So they slope upwards. So they can absolutely be used to move price upwards. So if you break through them, you like to see them pull back for support. So I notice us, we slice through that weekly, daily, and monthly pivot. I'm like, no way. We got to get some sort of a pullback. Had a nice wick off of this candle right here. So decided, okay, this is probably where we're going to try and build some more liquidity before we move out. Just wasn't sure how much because we were super bullish, at least in the short term. The momentum was up. But was looking for a pullback down to this green channel here. And my placement for the green channel was probably a little bit off. But what I did is I waited to have this little mini rejection candle. Then I waited for the next candle, which showed some indecision. So that to me was enough to enter. So I got in, and I'll show you the top step executions here in a little bit. It was like 25.028 is where I got in, and I was looking for a push down here to about 24.991 or 990. Just wanted to tap that green channel that I got right here. We didn't quite get it. We almost got it. And hindsight, I probably should have taken some profit on the way down. But what I did is essentially, once we had this red candle here, push down past this green candle, then I moved my stop to break even. And it was actually like plus 200 or something like that. Immediately came and stopped me out, unfortunately, but I was green. It was a green trade. Didn't let green go to red, right? So that to me is good performance, especially when I tend to get emotional on when I miss these big moves in the morning. But what I noticed immediately after that is that we started buying up again. So this was a decent wick down. That green candle came out and took out that wick, and then the next one just kept going. I'm like, all right, so we're probably wanting to break out of this channel here. What I noticed on ES, and I'll pull up ES, is right when we were right at the top of this pink channel, we were breaking out of the pink on ES. So when we pulled back to this buying algorithm that I had charted, I instantly went in for a buy. And so I entered at 25.035, right? Saying, okay, we're going to at least break this, push up for a little bit. And I'm glad that, my target was only, what was like 35 points, 35 points, 34 points was the target there. With again, a 10-point stop. And almost immediately after we broke out of this channel from ES, you see we pulled back a little bit, bounced right off, and then we just shot right up. And then we did the exact same thing on NQ. Shot right up here and hit my take profit for 35 points. And guys, that's all I need. That's all I need in a single day. I typically trade 3 contracts, right? At the very first day, I trade 2 contracts. Any day after that, 3 contracts is typically my standard lot size when I go into these trades. And 35 points, $2,000 a day. Let me tell you, if you can stack $2,000 a day, I mean, that's $40K a month if you do that consistently on your own personal account. So when you're doing it with Top Step, you can only withdraw 50%, but that's still $20K a month. Like, how many of you, how is that not life changing? So really trying to work on my mindset as I do this challenge, trying to get better at being realistic here. It's like this is really great money. I don't need to shoot for those $4,000, $5,000 days that I used to shoot for because that comes with a lot of risk, right? Like, look at this. I would have been stopped out if I was holding for my full for full 40 points, right? I don't like to keep my stop more than 10 points, especially with three contracts. That's $600, right? So, and maybe I move my stop, but that's just reckless, right? Like, who's to say this isn't going to wick down and stop you out for -1,000, right? And that would have been, hard to emotionally come back from. So, stay disciplined and keep the stops at 10 points. And, win or lose, it keeps you in the game longer. Luckily today, again, 2 for 2, both green trades. It could have gone for more, but it would have stopped me out. And again, down here, at the time, I didn't have the algos printed or structure printed that would have allowed me to enter that trade. That wasn't anything I was eyeing. You could argue, okay, maybe this is a little bit, but I mean that's pushing it. This here was the structure, the little bit of a dip down, holding the monthly pivot, and then back up into the bullish buying algorithm, right? That is the bread and butter trade right there. So I think execution was good today. I'll pull over where's my Top Step accounts? There we go. So Top Step accounts, and you can see, not BS in here. Come on. Can I just, there we go. Yeah. So this trade, yeah. So this trade, again, gosh. All right, let me split screen this. See if I can't get away. And then, there we go. So this trade right here, entry was at 25.028. Hold on, was it 028 or 02? Oh, 027.25. That's it. Maybe this isn't right. So 25.027.25. Right, so right around here. Okay, so this is a little off. But then I was shooting for that full 35 points down to green. We didn't get it, but then I ended up stopping out at 25.024.5. Right there. Right, so it's still green. It's still a green trade. It didn't let green turn to red. So I think good execution there. And then again, 25.035 half, right? 036. That was my. Sometimes if you're not zoomed in enough. Okay, 036. There you go. And then with the 10-point stop. Yeah. So 25.036, and then you see my take profit at 25.069.75. Right up there. I mean, right to the money, right before we started pulling back again. So that was a great move. Again, 35 points is really all you need to make really good money with these prop firms. And I say I executed really well today. So those are my executions. Let's go through the performance so far, week to date. I just started this week. So overall trade win, 67%, not bad after, coming back day one. Man, those the pregame jitters. Had to shake them out. 2 losing trades to start, and then that one 90-point trade to get me out of it. So I was very thankful that trade presented itself, and I was able to execute with little emotion and just focus on the trade. Because that's when you're down like that on day one, that's really when emotions can get to you, and a lot of people blow those accounts on day one. I've done it plenty of times. So that's the reason for the win rate being so low. Today was 100% win rate. Yesterday was 100% win rate. Remember, it was just one and done. Let's see. Let's look at these stats. Best trade, 3,400. Again, that was entries. That was that almost 90-point trade that I took. My full take profit was at 90 points, but right when we literally ticked it, it didn't close me out, and then it started dipping down, and I was like, I got to close this out before this reverses on me. So I didn't execute at the full 90 points, but it ended up hitting that full 90 points. And you guys can see that trade recap. I'll post that video as well, cutting out all the extra noise. Let's see, the profit curve looking good, just straight up, $2,000 days every day. Constantly getting better. Look at that, just boom, 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 moving up every single day. Cutting my runners and my losers quickly. That's good. My winners, letting them run 10 to 30 minutes. And then, yeah, here's the performance. 3 trades, 1 trade, 2 trades. So I'm not over trading, right? That all to me is good feedback. I'm doing pretty good on the challenge. So I think we made it past the halfway point. We've built the buffer. We got a 6K buffer. So I'm not going to let that blow now. I'm just going to keep hitting these 5K days. Technically, I am on the consistency plan, 3 days of profitability, and I can withdraw 50%. So after today, I technically could withdraw 3 grand, but I'm not going to. I'm going to push for another 2K tomorrow and 2K on Friday. Overall total of the account is $6,238. So we're looking good. I think we're on a good track. We're on track to get 10K by the end of the week, and then withdraw that 5K. And then when we do, I'll record that and show you the process and let you know when it hits the bank account. So overall, good execution, good performance today. The last few days, I'm happy with it. Yeah, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, hit me in the comments. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys next time.